Hi, I don't know how long this is going to end up being, but I wrote that big thing about Star Kids and Moonshine and Sea Salt, but I wanted to make it a bit easier to take in for people, so I'm going to make an audio version and read it right now. Here we go. Star Kids. Star Kids is my main story that I want to one day turn into an animated web series. It's about Comet. She can't remember much, just that her dad is gone and has been for a long time. She finds solace in her friends, community, and church as she slowly battles her memory fog to figure out what's going on beneath the surface. Moonshine and Sea Salt. Mass. Moonshine and Sea Salt is my secondary story, but the one that will be released first, most likely. It is a prequel to Star Kids that I want to turn into a graphic novel / webcomic. It's about Ty. Nothing worthwhile ever can last forever. That's why when Ty's only companion and crush, a family friend named Lorelei, skips town with someone else, he has to move on fast. The popular kids adopt him as one of their own, and he quickly has to learn to adapt to this new lifestyle before things get too dangerous for him to keep up. Sirius is Grove, the small town where both the stories take place. It was founded by Hiram Sirius and his wife Elizabeth Sirius in 1836, somewhere in the New England part of the United States of America. It was named after the founders and the fairy tale-esque massive trees surrounding the town. In the later 1800s, near the Industrial Revolution, the town added a train system through the middle that separates it into two, not equal in size, sides. It's unclear when the rumors about the town being an interdimensional portal sprung up, but some say it's always been the case. Side 1. What people think of when they hear Sirius is Grove. It is placed on the right side of the train station, or the front on the map. It's a big tourist destination due to the rumors surrounding the town. It is the equivalent of a downtown area in a bigger town. The crime rate is also increased due to its population being bigger. This is where mass takes place. Side 2. The much smaller side of town. A good portion of tourists don't even know it's there. To get there, you have to go inside the train station and cross to the other side. Most residents are friends with the people that work there, so it isn't too big of a task. It's a very tight-knit community where everyone knows everyone. It is known from the other side for having its unique church right in the center of town. Most residents say it feels as though it's always been there. This is where Star Kids takes place. The rundown. Comet is motivated by paranoia. Her dad went missing when she was around 11, and she doesn't remember anything before or leading up to it other than what's been given to her secondhand. She snapped back in at his funeral. She's afraid that whatever got him will find her, as her only remaining memory is him giving her a necklace right before he left. Park is motivated by jealousy and anger. He adores his best friend Ashley and wants to keep her to himself. She is being unintentionally led on by her, and when Ash and Milo start dating, she is furious and takes it out on him, believing Ash could do no wrong. Perry is motivated by pressure. He's been told that his parents died when he was young and Arizona gave up everything to raise him. He does his best to exceed expectations for her, ignoring feelings in the process. He is limited by her surveillance of him. Ashley is motivated by pressure. Her original parents didn't want her, so she was adopted by her dad. He's rather conservative and stern, as well as being white, while Ash is obviously black. He expects her to fit in and conform and be subservient to everyone. She would never want to do anything to disappoint him, so when Milo arrives, she jumps at the opportunity to date him. Milo is motivated by insecurity. He had to move to SG with his family from California because it was a lot cheaper, and they're running out of money. Having previously gotten bullied at his old school for being poor and working in fast food, he takes the new setting as a fresh start and is extremely dishonest about his origins and his home life. He gets in with the popular crew rather fast and uses Ashley as sort of a trophy than actually caring too much about her. Salem is motivated by obsession. They moved here with their mother when their parents got a divorce. Being separated from their father and brother took a toll on them, making them incredibly reliant on their new family, namely their step-sibling Park. Axel is motivated by guilt. He escaped an incredibly dangerous and difficult situation due to the help of Ulysses, and feels indebted to him. He will do anything he can to help him and the church grow farther. His only goal is to be useful. Marcus is motivated by rebellion. Ulysses similarly helped him out of a bad situation, but due to Marcus's innately defiant nature, he is not nearly as grateful or helpful as Axel. Ulysses constantly compares the two, with Marcus being portrayed as a problem child. This causes him to act out against the church and be more wary of Ulysses than anyone else. Silver is motivated by love. Her and Marcus were childhood friends, and she joined the church when he did for his sake. She also dislikes Ulysses, but can't tell why. She has heavy disdain for Axel as well, since he's so close to Ulysses and the organization. She wants to keep herself and the people she loves safe no matter what. Andy is motivated by desperation. She moved to the USA from Russia with her mother in her early 20s for work and to find a husband. She is consistently being pressured by her mother to get it over with, settle down, and have children. When she finds out that she is infertile, she hides it from her mother in fear of disappointment. Ulysses is the only man and person, really, who ever treats her with care, compassion, and doesn't water her down to her body. She would do anything to keep that warmth. The hands that cradled your face and tilted it upwards to kiss your forehead are soaked in unfathomable quantities of blood. But they cradled me, yes? Ulysses is motivated by insecurity. His species runs off of the energy of other beings, but they can't keep siphoning from fish species anymore. It caused a war that they weren't prepared for, killing thousands of their own. And Ulysses is tasked with... Why did I say Ulysses? I don't know my own OC's name. They move their focus to Earth, and Ulysses is tasked with drawing up a plan to siphon from humans. His imposter syndrome leads him to feel as though he isn't qualified for this, but when his plan begins working, he thrives off the power and nearly gets distracted from the original goal. He just needs to keep it this way. Eloise is motivated by resentment. She has known her brother Ulysses for her whole life, and has always been by his side as members of a higher status family. Since he is the firstborn, she is deemed as less important, and has been taught to be subservient to him and obey his every whim her whole life. She has grown tired of his grip on her throughout her life. Casimiro is motivated by fear. Once a renowned physicist, he ran into Ulysses' project and was struck with fear. He tried to warn everyone, but was deemed insane by the public and fired. He continued to meet up with Ulysses in private and help him until he was forcefully admitted to a mental hospital by his wife, Carmen. He runs away, and when he's out, Ulysses confronts him. Out of fear for his life, he offers his child Comet to be siphoned instead of himself and runs away. The entity is motivated by spite. It is the longest living of its species, entirely separate from the other two. They were the first siphoned from and didn't fight back. It regrets this deeply and seeks out Comet to help her and fight back. It represents being erased and not letting the same mistakes happen twice. Okay, this might be a little boring to hear out loud, but I basically did really quick, like, introductions of all the characters, and I just wrote down, like, basic information about them, so, walk with me here, walk with me, okay? Also, I know most of you are just listening to this, like, a podcast because, Abel from Hazbin Hotel has just been on the screen, but if you're not looking, look now if you can, because I'm about to put up, pictures of what the characters look like, as if you haven't already seen them, just in case. Comet Rios, the protagonist, trans femme non-binary, she, they, 16, and arrow ace. Comet is best described as forgetful, paranoid, kind, and brave. She is also known to be selfish and not self-aware. Parquet Lopez, deuteragonist, trans masc, any pronouns, 17, and a lesbian. Park is best described as overconfident, jealous, loyal, and passionate. They are also known to have an extremely short fuse and be rather impulsive. Perry Harrison, foil, agender man, he, him, 16, and demi-romantic pansexual. Perry is best described as cold, arrogant, intelligent, and poised. He's also known to be vain and self-righteous. Ashley Baker, love interest, female, she, her, 17, and straight. Lesbian. Ash is best described as a bit of a pushover, neurotic, forgiving, and useful. She's also known to be incredibly indecisive and stubborn. Milo Yu, foil, male, he, him, 18, and straight. Milo is best described as oblivious, passive, selfless, and cool-headed. He's also known to be incredibly dishonest and insecure in himself. Salem Delgado Lopez, comedic relief. Non-binary, they, them, 15, and pansexual. Salem is best described as conceited, extravagant, reliable, and honest. They're also known to be obsessive and a bit explicit at times. Axel Kingston. What is happening? Enabling, trustworthy, and why do I keep enabling? Axel Kingston, confidant / foil, male, he, him, 29, and pansexual. Axel is best described as stern, enabling, trustworthy, and loyal. He is also known to be complacent and helpless. DeMarcus Costello, confidant / foil, trans FTM, he, him, 27, and bisexual. Marcus is best described as vain, self-sabotaging, supportive, and outgoing. He is also known to deflect a lot and be rather insincere with people. Silverstein Dispro, confidant / tertiary, trans MTF, she, her, 28, and bisexual. Silver is best described as jealous, pushy, cheerful, and trustworthy. She is also known to be overprotective and overbearing. No image available, I'm very sorry, Sylvie. Andreeva Aslanov, tertiary / contagonist, female, she, her, 31, and straight. Andy is best described as pessimistic, standoffish, honest, and practical. She is also known to be too dependent on authority and conformative. Best described as Ulysses, aka Ulexes, White Star, mentor / antagonist. Male, he, him, unknown, and unlabeled. Ulysses is best described as manipulative, deceitful, charming, and attentive. He is also known to have a strong need for validation and be quite insecure. Why am I turning into Charles Lee? Eloise, aka Lunaria, White Star, foil / contagonist. Female, she, her, unknown, and aromantic lesbian. Eloise is best described as passive, cynical, energetic, and witty. She is also known to be defiant and misdirect her anger and resentment. No image available, yet again, I'm very sorry, Ellie, I love you. Casimiro Rios, ghost. Male, he, him, 33 at time of disappearance, and unlabeled. Casimiro is best described as hysterical, deceitful, well-spoken, and inventive. He is also known to be cowardly and selfish in putting others in harm's way so he can get off scot-free. No image available, fuck you. Can I talk? That's what I want for Christmas, is to be able to talk. Corey, aka Corvus, tertiary / comedic relief. Male, he, him, unknown, and queer. Corey is best described as manipulative, conceited, alluring, and clever. He's also known to be apathetic and mischievous, doing bad things just because it pleases him. Lyra, aka Lyris, tertiary / comedic relief. Non-binary, they, them, unknown, and arrow ace. Lyra can best be described as stern, demanding, practical, and intelligent. They're also known to be dismissive and more focused on getting things done than they are with feelings. Daphne, aka Delphinus, tertiary / comedic relief. Female, she, her, unknown, and arrow ace bi. Daphne can best be described as a pushover, neurotic, sweet, and shy. She's also known to be anxious and too skittish to correct bad behavior. Other notable characters include Carmen my favorite Star Kids character, guys, Carmen Rios, Comet's mother. Jason Lopez, Park's brother. Stephanie Delgado Lopez, Salem's mother and Park's stepmother. Arizona Harrison, Perry's sister / guardian. Davis Yu, Milo's brother. Shale Light / Electrolyte, local entertainer. The Entity, incredibly important character, just really underdeveloped at the moment. I'm not reading the Moonshine and Sea Salt part out loud, because I don't feel like it, and because I already sent it in Gay Balls a while ago, so I'm assuming people have already read it. But if somebody wants me to, I will. I just don't feel like it. You can read it. It's separated from the Star Kids one, but it says Moonshine and Sea Salt all big. It's just, I don't feel like it. Okay, goodbye.